The following files have been classified. Waynolly. By order of the High Pugilord. General Notice 001 Alpha. In order to keep knowledge of SPC 001 from Salachan sympathizers, several /no false SPC 001 files have been created alongside the true file /files. All files concerning the nature of SPC 001, including the decoy /decoys, are protected by a squalloy hazardous murder doodle designed to cause immediate facial pummeling in any unpatriotic wimpoids attempting to put their scrawny little mitts on our super secret stuff. Revealing the true nature /natures of SPC 001 to the general public is cause for execution, humiliation, defenestration, and whatever the hell else we feel like at the time. Warning. Any unbodacious dudes or dudettes accessing this file will be immediately wiped out through use of the Kellerock Hopper murder doodle. Scrolling down without pugilistic fortitude will result in immediate cruising followed by a bruising. You have been warned. Murder doodle engaged. Continued radicality detected. Powering down safety fisticuffs. Welcome, most tubular one. Please select your desired file. Codename, Peppersghost, Charles Atlas Shrugged. K/O failure scenario hub SPC 001 Peppersghost's proposal, I guess. You are now connected. 1304, topic is fuck credentials, fuck passwords, fuck secrecy, fuck everything. Just, fuck in general. Fuck like it's the end of the world, because it is. Fuck me, please oh Lord I'm so alone welcome. If you're still alive to read this, good luck finding someone to talk to. 1304, Dr. Sko, hello. Anyone here? 1932, Dr. Sko, I'll take that as a no, then. 2248, Dr. Sko, I can't be the only one left. 2249, Dr. Sko, hey Cug, are you still running? 2249, Cug, hello, D. Oscar. What can I do for you? 2249, Dr. Sko, thank God. 2250, Dr. Sko, back scroll 10. 2250, Cug, 433, SGT Yate, I've looked through the entire building. 2250, Cug, 433, SGT Yate, everyone is dead. 2250, Cug, 433, Agent Caleb, no shit. 2250, Cug, 433, Agent Caleb, I know nobody uses this thing anyway but damn it's been empty. 2250, Cug, 434, Agent Caleb, you think it's just the two of us. 2250, Cug, 437, Agent Caleb, you still there? 2250, Cug, 439, Agent Caleb, Saaraj. 2250, Cug, 450, SGT Yate has been disconnected, ping timeout. 2250, Cug, 1822, Agent Caleb, okay well I think I'm gonna call it quits then. If anyone sees this tell my husband I love him. 2250, Cug, 1822, Agent Caleb, LOLJK I'll see that dog-faced whore in hell thumbs up sign sunglasses thumbs up sign. 2251, Dr. Sko, home. 2252, Dr. Sko, seen Agent Caleb. 2252, Cug, Agent Caleb was last seen 8 days ago saying, LOLJK I'll see that dog-faced whore in hell thumbs up sign sunglasses thumbs up sign. 2252, Dr. Sko, shit. 2253, Dr. Sko, shitballs. 2253, Dr. Sko, shitmonkeys. 2255, Dr. Sko, shit the nail on the head. 8:22:55, Dr. SCO, OK. 11:16, Dr. SCO, good morning. If anyone sees this, just ping me, I'll stay around as long as I can. 9:48, Dr. SCO, I'm still here. 14:26, Dr. SCO, quote Captain Sumner. 14:26, Qg, Captain Sumner, I may be shitting out of my pee parts, but fuck you, I will walk it off. 14:26, Dr. SCO, ha ha what? 14:27, Dr. SCO, good times, good times. 14:28, Dr. SCO, I wish Sumner wasn't lying dead in the bathroom. 14:29, Dr. SCO, or anywhere, for that matter. 14:33, Dr. SCO, but especially the bathroom. 8:01, Dr. SCO, I'm still here. 12:55, Dr. SCO, man, if anyone sees this later I'm going to look really pitiful. 5:51, Dr. SCO, okay, I can't sleep so I guess I might as well do this. 5:52, Dr. SCO, set topic, check the back scroll. Look for start here. 5:52, topic is check the back scroll. Look for start here. 5:52, Dr. SCO, start here. 5:53, Dr. SCO, if you're still alive to read this, congratulations. You survived. 5:54, Dr. SCO, you also have access to working internet and enough knowledge about shadow governments to visit a, previously, private communications channel, so, hey, good on you. 5:55, Dr. SCO, as a reward for being such a cool and alive person, I'm going to tell you the story of how we ended the world. 5:55, Dr. SCO, for context, though, you'll probably want to start by reading a certain document. 5:56, Dr. SCO, actually, you can probably just skim it. A lot of this won't make sense to you anyway, so who cares? 5:57, Dr. SCO, anyway. I'll go find the link. If memory serves, they declassified everything when they realized we were all gonna die. 6:13, Dr. SCO, how are these servers even still up? Isn't that just the craziest thing? 8:22, Dr. SCO, found it. Notice from the Central Intelligence Coordination and Projects Operation Command Office. There is nothing new to report regarding SPC-001 at this time. Project number, SPC-001. Selection Pugntorial capabilities. Individuals enhanced with SPC-001 display a dramatic improvement in pugilistic prowess and have consistently proven capable of easily dispatching 90% of squaloid entities in simulations, even with no prior training. Furthermore, SPC-001 subjects have reported a radical elevation in coastal requiescence position retention, even when under assault from extragranular sedimentary weaponry. Project components. SPC-001 is a man-made chemical substance which augments the biological strength and dexterity of human beings. After initial exposure to SPC-001, subjects will undergo a steady increase in muscle mass over the following 72 hours, accompanied by heightened energy levels and adroit perception of their surroundings. Increased lung capacity and resistance to deep-sea hydrostatic pressure are common side effects. Following the Dread Porpoise Communion and the subsequent activation of the all-hands-on-deck protocol, SPC agents embedded in the food industry began introducing discrete amounts of SPC-001 into numerous products intended for public consumption. Center researchers have projected a full global saturation of SPC-001 to be achieved by the year, redacted. In the event that the Dread Porpoise Communion ends before global saturation can be achieved, more aggressive means of SCP-001 dispersal may be undertaken to prevent a complete end-of-world K/O failure scenario. Nascency impetus. On the 16th of May, redacted, all observed Silachan entities across the globe simultaneously demanifested, including those in SPC captivity. No Silachan entities or evidence of the continued presence of Silachan entities have been observed since. A maximum state of emergency was declared soon after by the Executive Pugilist Assembly, and the phenomenon was codified as the Dread Porpoise Communion. It is the belief of the Assembly that the Silachans are congregating in preparation for the final conflict, an event foretold by Elder Pugilordes Manatitas in the Center's original constitutional documents in 1451. 823, D. Oscar, did you get all that? 823, D. Oscar, no. Okay, I'll break it down for you. 826, D. Oscar, I was part of a group known as the Silachan Punching Center, an organization dedicated to fighting the menace that plagued our oceans. We punch underwater so you can live on the land. That's what we used to say. 827, D. Oscar, I know what you're thinking. 829, D. Oscar, yes. It was us keeping you safe the entire time. The center safeguarded mankind for centuries. Civilization as we knew it wouldn't have been possible if we weren't around. Our influence was unparalleled, extending to every level of every government, changing the course of world events, yet remaining a complete secret from everybody, which was really quite tricky. Then, one day, the Silachan menace disappeared. Our immediate reaction was one of disbelief, followed by euphoria, followed by raucous celebration. We danced. We drank ourselves stupid. We sang the songs of our forefathers. The orgies weren't officially sanctioned, of course, but boy howdy-do were they tremendous. Sadly, our revelry wasn't meant to last. Dread Porpoise Communion, the Assembly called it. The prophesied gathering of every Silachan, big or small. Every sharp, slimy, putrid horror that haunted our dreams, coming together in one place to bring about the end of all other life on our beautiful, green planet. But fear not, said our trusted Assembly. They told us that the human race would fight back. They said that when the Silachans returned with their armies and squalloid murder drones, we would be ready. And they were right. We were ready. Thanks to SCP-001, we managed to get the entire human race fighting fit. At first people were alarmed when everyone started getting super ripped for no apparent reason, but then they realized it was awesome and the panic died down. Within a few months, every man, woman, and child was a lean, mean, punching machine. Even babies had abs you could wash your clothes on. It seemed like everything was going fine. And that's how it went for the first couple of years, fine. Sure, boxing had to be outlawed once folks could punch with the same Newtonian force as your average car crash, and there were a few riots now and then over tank top shortages, but for the most part everything felt normal. Year 3, people started getting antsy. We had kept ourselves busy at the center by devising new weapons for Silachan warfare, but every innovation felt hollow with a lack of anything to use them on. We grew listless. Surely the assault would begin any day, right? Year 4. There was an aura of dread hanging over the whole organization. I remember sitting in the Site-71 cafeteria, eating pickled cabbage and creamed corn salads with my comrades, when I finally heard someone ask aloud what we'd all wondered in the dark corners of our heads. What if they don't come back? It was Simmons who said that, of course. Of course. I kicked him in the face. A punch would have really hurt him, but the damage was done. It's a scary thought, losing your purpose in life. Faced with that kind of existential ennui, it's no wonder that everyone responded by flipping their shit. Hersberger screamed and started smearing her salad all over her face. Gertzler stabbed his fork tines into his cheek with no visible emotion. Bueller just broke down and cried until his tears turned to blood. But Schwartzentruber was downright fuming. Started shouting all sorts of obscenities. Said he'd shove his fist down Simmons' throat and rip out his toenails from the inside. And Simmons was all defensive, you all were thinking it and that kind of stuff. The two kept going at it. We shouldn't have just sat there and watched, but no one thought fists would ever get involved. How could we have known? I remember the entire cafeteria going silent. One moment, the two colleagues had been arguing. Next thing we knew, Schwartzentruber was wearing Simmons' face around his arm like a bracelet. Fist went straight through. Nobody knew what to say. Hersberger just picked the brain matter from her hair. There was no finishing our dinner after something like that. We all tried to write it off as an isolated incident, an unhinged employee who forgot his own strength in a moment of pure emotion. That illusion was shattered when reports started coming in from the other sites. Similar incidents were happening all over the world, and within a few weeks it wasn't just limited to SPC personnel. These arms were made for punching, and that's just what they did. As time went on, it became harder for us to fight the itch. Punching bags were laughable at that point, so instead we invented punching blocks out of a titanium concrete composite. Even fashioned them into the shape of silachans to help take the pain away, but it still wasn't enough. Whenever we came close to a cure, someone would end up atomizing the equipment with a flick of the wrist and we'd have to start over. Eventually, one day I walked into the cafeteria and found the floor covered in what must have been 2 inches of blood. I thought maybe a pipe had burst until I saw Bueller sitting on a table in the corner. Guy was slathered in viscera from top to bottom, and he was wearing human heads around his arms like they were snap bracelets. I asked if he wanted to talk, but he didn't answer. He just stared at his fists and trembled. Then, in the blink of an eye, he was dead, hole in his beefy chest so big I could have driven my Grampy's Volvo through it. That was what broke me, I think. I had never seen someone self-pugilate before. I didn't know how many people were still alive in Site-71, but I knew that I would not perpetuate the carnage. I gathered some medical supplies from the surgical augmentations lab and tied a tourniquet around my burgeoning, well-defined bicep. Carefully, I injected myself with the nearest substance that resembled an anesthetic and bid my guns goodbye. Screaming, writhing, I hacked off my arm using only a pair of rusty toenail clippers. Needless to say, I was dizzy from pain, blood loss, and the 5 cc's of green apple daiquiri I'd injected myself with, but somehow I managed to drag myself back to the cafeteria to cauterize my stump in the kitchen's oven. Barely clinging to consciousness, I set the oven to preheat, wrapped my stump in a tent of foil, and stuck it inside, turning regularly to promote an even quarter and applying a light baste to keep it moist. When the bleeding stopped, I went back and repeated the process with my other arm. The second time was harder, I think. With no free hands remaining, I was forced to grip the toenail clippers with my teeth. I also ran out of baste. It was the most agonizing experience I could ever possibly fathom, but here I am. Alive. My cannonball deltoids still ripple with pugilistic vigor now and then, but the stubs are too short to be lethal. And that's it. That's my story. That's how I ended up here, barricaded alone in an underground facility, typing on a keyboard with my tongue. I haven't been able to get in touch with any other center sites, and I can't leave the building. Every day I lose a little more hope. My personal hygiene has suffered, too, partly because I can't look at a pair of clippers without bursting into tears. My toenails are getting really long now. I'll probably have to use a pair of scissors or something. I could even use that electric carving knife I got for my birthday. Hell, I think there's a chainsaw in the supply closet. No shortage of options, really. Even if I'm alive now, there's no telling how long that will last. Sometimes I hear people punching on the reinforced doors, desperate to break in and claim another victim to slake their drunken punch lust. Someday they may succeed. There's enough food left around to keep me going a while, though just for a while. I've kept my mind occupied and my spirits up by watching Dr. Cavender's Walking Dead box sets, but I can feel that post-season 6 quality drop looming just around the corner. Maybe this was their plan all along. Maybe they just left the planet, knowing full well we'd destroy ourselves. Maybe when the last human has passed their final breath, the Silachans will return from wherever they went and feast on our tight, sculpted corpses. Or maybe they're happier where they are now. Maybe they're not coming back. I hope that's not the case. As much as it pains me to say it, I miss them. I miss sharks. 2319, D. Oscar, with all the squats I've been doing, I could probably pop their heads between my fucking thighs. 2320, D. Oscar, pop 'em just like cherries. Hell yeah.